That's the name of the sequel.
Yeah, can you choke you think you can choke your chicken on the top of Mount Everest?
Hey, Wyatt.
Hey, Foster.
Welcome to Game Cereal, where once a week we dip our toes into the bottom of the steam bowl and see what kind of games we can fish out. Is it going to be soggy or crunchy, sweet or salty? Did they forget the milk? Well, we're going to find out, and all at the cost of a box of cereal. How are you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, I've been playing games and doing things that aren't playing games too every once in a while.
Those things probably aren't as important, though.
Yeah, well,
not as fulfilling. I know you have a girlfriend and like family,
Yeah,
but that's not important. Really.
Not as important for this video, I suppose.
At least for our listeners, I'm sure they do not care about your home life.
Yeah. I had a dual celebration of Easter and 420.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. By Easter this year, my younger brother learned that I smoked weed.
Nice.
He lost his shit. He thought it was crazy. He was like, Mom, brother smokes weed? She was like, yes. There's been edibles in my Christmas stocking for the past 4 years. Yeah. Calm down.
Yeah, we went to a dispo next to me. And we tried to get they had this freaky deal that was like $50 for a tote bag and then like a shitload of weed. But they were all sold out. They had 3 different ones. It was one that was all like pre-rolls and like flour, like straight up. And then it was one that was like all like cartridges and like dab pen stuff. And then it was one that was all edibles. The only one that wasn't sold out was all edibles. And I was like, I'm not doing that shit.
That sucks. Yeah.
I don't want 100 milligram edibles, man.
Oh my God. You're cutting off like a little corner of it.
Yeah, literally.
I have a fucking hallucination.
So we just got we got one thing of like 20 joints and like one special like infused joint for like it was something like $28 in total after the sale. So
huge.
Yeah.
420 deals.
That was our 420 deal. Yeah. And then we went to Safeway and got just a shitload of stuff we didn't need. And only ate about 3 things of it. And then
I'm assuming you then brought all those snacks and all that weed to Easter Mass for 11 hours.
Yeah. We brought it to the church. Did a little Easter egg hunt. Fucking, I couldn't see left and right. I was so high. No, I'm kidding. We came back to my place. Watched the rehearsal actually, and Dogma, the movie,
the old season, right?
No, the new season.
Oh, it's out already.
The first episode, yeah.
Okay, don't spoil anything.
I won't spoil it. I wouldn't have anyway because I'm sure.
Is it good?
Oh yeah, it was great.
Okay, fine. Goddamn. Okay, this and The Last of Us coming out at the same time is problematic.
I have not. We did not watch Last of Us the last episode, which also came out yesterday. Because we figured
Sunday's a shitty time to release TV.
Yeah, I think. We didn't want to watch that after having watched like a different movie and the rehearsal and being really high. It didn't seem like the perfect high show to watch.
Yeah, very stressful.
Yeah, that episode might have ruined it. So,
Yeah, number one way to kill a high is watch or play The Last of Us.
Yeah.
I've been frying eggs.
Oh. In real life or in
I mean, definitely not in real life because fucking can't afford shit because our president is a authoritarian dickhole. But
art's kind of imitating life a little bit.
a little bit. Yeah, no, I've been playing Arctic Eggs. Eggs.
Well, of course. I also played Arctic Eggs today, in fact.
Oh, same.
About 5 hours ago, maybe.
Hell yeah. For those that don't know what Arctic Eggs is, you want to drop a steamy description?
Yeah, eggs, perfection in 2 parts. The simple whites, the sublime yolk, each the lesser without its partner. Chorus and verse, a symphony of flavor. The catchy tune reminding us of warm baths and late night movies. The elevator music to whatever lies beyond. And I think that describes everything that the game has to offer. And that's a really good Steam description that lets you know how to play the game and everything.
I would argue that is the best possible picture you could paint of this game, though, because it's absurd and strange and kind of poetic all at once. I would say that's Arctic Eggs at its core.
Yeah, Arctic Eggs released May 16th, 2024, developed by The Water Museum, Cocky Duty, Abmarni, and Cameron Genex, and published by Critical Reflex.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Arctic Eggs rocks. Let me just say right off the bat, Arctic Eggs slaps, dude. I loved this game.
Yeah, it was a good time. I loved cooking for the fine folk of Yolk. I don't know where they were at.
Name? They had a name. They had a name of the area, but I think it might have just been generic area names. But we're gonna go full spoilers on this one, just so everyone knows. There's not a ton to spoil.
Not really that much to spoil. I don't know. Yeah.
Not really that much to spoil, but you start out as what is it called? A poultry peddler.
Yeah.
And it seems like you've been like brainwashed or like lobotomized to only be able to cook poultry in the beginning, and then you just kind of walk around this weird, you kind of, there's military everywhere. It's dark and grimy. It's very dystopian in a very specific way. It definitely gives like Metro Exodus vibes.
Yeah, I was kind of getting Russian, Half-Life too.
Yeah.
Kind of how the slums of those areas look, but it's definitely a lot colder. Arctic even, I would say.
Very cold. I would also say Arctic. And you wander around here, and you basically the game is just, you talk to every NPC, and some of them say weird cryptic shit that makes no sense. Some of them say funny stuff. One of the women was just like, I don't need sex. I get fucked by the government every day. And I was like,
yeah.
Nice,
the second
topical.
person to say I don't need sex. Someone else also said that, but then said something else. I was like, wait a minute.
He was weird about it. The other guy was weird about it. They were not. They were strange. I think the second person I talked to was like, I'm making a time lapse of meat rotting in my apartment. I hope it turns out. I was like, hey, good for you, man.
Yeah.
That's art.
That's just my fridge. People... I'm not even trying to do that, man.
People set up a camera, man. Yeah. Make it art. It's fine. And then you can justify it.
Yeah.
And then you can eat it. Whoa. Also on camera.
God, I've been seeing these Instagram reels of this guy that like lets meat rot in the back of his car that he lives in, and he's like doing it on purpose. And he's like, it's really sour. It's one of those like health gurus or whatever. And he's like, but if you just put a ton of honey on it, and he opens like a jar, which is probably also not safely kept, and just is drizzling honey all over it, and then he's munching it up bit by bit. And
like, you gotta stop. You have to stop right now. This isn't funny anymore. You can't stop. I have headphones on. I can't escape it.
I'll send you a link later. Don't worry.
No, I'm good. I've seen this. We're going way off topic here, but there was an episode of My Strange Addiction where it was a guy who like had a shed, like a basically outhouse style shed in the back of his yard where he would just keep jars of meat with maggots in them. And it was really, once again, like every episode of My Strange Addiction, it's incredibly sad because it's this man who's like addicted to eating raw meat, and he's like feeding it to his kids, and it kind of ends with his kids being taken away from him. It's dark, much like Arctic Eggs is dark.
Yeah.
You walk around, it's weird. It's utilitarian. You're a poultry peddler. Everyone is intent on pleasing the sick stomachs, which is like the weird overseer of this area. And then every once in a while, you cook an egg for a guy,
or
it's got
bacon or fish,
or fish, or some cigarettes or bullets,
beer,
or a stingray, or a pizza, or a beer, or really annoyingly trying to put ice cubes in a cup on the pan. Probably much easier with a mouse. Yeah, the cockroaches were maybe the most difficult part of the game.
I agree. I think, not to get too far ahead, the one that took me the longest was the 2 cockroaches in the 1 egg. Because those fuckers just would not stop jumping out of the goddamn pan.
Those guys who were like, we raised them since birth.
I was like, kill them.
Sure if I'm ready to see them go.
I don't give a shit, man. Get rid of them.
But you basically you have this flipping mechanic where you like twirl the stick to like move the eggs around the pan and cook them, and then you have to like flick it to flip the eggs.
And you have a grip mechanic.
You do grip the shit out of that pan, and then you ungrip so you can flip.
Well, you can change your sensitivity. Yeah.
I didn't change. I went with base sensitivity.
No. I mean, like if you like scroll, I don't know what it is on the Steam Deck, I guess, but the scroll wheel moves your hand up or down the the shaft. So if you go all the way down, it keeps everything basically still, but you can still move it and get it heated up. And if you move it up, it gets like super like sensitive, and you can flick shit like really easily. Yeah.
Okay, I never did that. I think I had my hand at the end of the pan the entire game. So I don't know if that made it harder or worse, but it was fucking hard in the beginning. I don't know about you, but I was like, holy shit, like this is gonna take me a while to get used to. Like I was having a really hard time keeping the eggs in the pan, like on the flips.
And that might be part of your sensitivity, because once I got it like down to a science, you could just very lightly flick and it would just kind of topple the egg over to the other side, as opposed to trying like flick it way up in the air.
I did by the end of the game. I mean, let's be honest, this game's got great enemy variety.
Yeah.
If we're talking about like, now, if we're gonna consider the ingredients enemies, which I think we do in this case, like it has a surprising amount of variety with like the different strategies to cook different foods, like the bouncy puffer fish, the fish that flop around, the big items that you have to like really flip. And like you have bullets, and like if you cook the bullets too long, they explode and like shoot everything. So like you like on the bullet levels, like you cook your egg or whatever you're cooking, and then you're like trying to flick the bullets out of the pan.
Yeah,
that was my strategy. At least I was like popping bullets out.
Yeah, I never really. The bullets were completely easy for me, to be honest. I don't think I lost a bullet level.
Same. I lost a few.
I did like the very start. You could just chuck the bullet out of the pan without having to actually put it in.
I was doing that too.
Yeah,
I was doing that too. And then you've got cockroaches, and like everyone was like wanted the cockroaches to stay alive, so they'd crawl around and like jump out of the pan, and those were really frustrating because you had to flip them on their back to buy time. And I don't know about you, but that one felt like out of all of them like the most luck based, because sometimes these little fuckers would just leap like crazy.
When I got that one, those 2 cockroaches in the egg, it won as a cockroach was jumping out of my pan.
Same. It finished cooking as I like threw it really high in the air and just hoped for the best.
Yeah.
So yeah, the cockroaches are tough.
There was also that meat cube that was ripped straight out of the Super Mario,
the Mario Party
mini game, yeah,
which was awesome.
I felt like a natural. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, I know about this one.
I'm well practiced.
This does feel like someone played that game, like played that mini game and went, dude, I could make a whole game out of this.
Yeah. And then they're like, and what if I combine it with my weird zine that me and all my edgy friends write?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, like a poetry major, a political science major, and a like computer programming major all met in a room.
Yeah.
Looked at each other and made.
And some guy that's high off of
and some guy that's really high.
Yeah.
So high off of everything. Yeah. Anyway, so like that's the gameplay. You flip things. Some things are harder to cook, some things are easier, but overall I would say it felt really, really good and genuinely satisfying to like kind of master. Like by the end of the game, like the game ends and it's just 6 levels or whatever of like cooking 1 egg, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. And like the level of mastery you have by the end, and you're like, you have 6 eggs in this pan, and I was like, I don't know about you, but I was able to like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna flip this one. Okay, these 2 are stacked. I'm gonna like get them alone so I can flip them like hard so I can separate them. Like the level of mastery you can get over the eggs, those creamy yolks and decadent whites, is just, it feels so good. It just tingles a little part of my like lizard brain or whatever. I don't know. Something deep within me just wants to be a poultry peddler, I guess.
Yes. Hey, I'll tell you what, I've never wanted to have beer and eggs more than after I played this game. I was like, you know what? That's probably a good combination. A little scrambled egg and a little beer. Not like in the same.
The dog.
Not like that, where you're putting the beer on the on the pan and going crazy. But
it might not be bad though.
Yeah.
Low key.
Did you see there's difficulties in the game? I don't know if you ever paused.
I did not.
Yeah, I paused to
yeah.
check the controls, I think, because they were like, if you smoke a cigarette, you can see how many customers you had. I didn't know what button it was. It was space, but I didn't know what button it was. So I was trying to look for the controls to see what it was. And I saw they had difficulties, and it's easy, which just makes the lips, like the ends of it's like turns into like a pot more than a pan. Medium, which is what it was on, and then hard just takes away the edges basically. So it's just like one flat plate. And I tried like one cook on it, and I was like, nah, I went back to the regular one.
That's so hard.
I was like,
so
that's got to
hard.
be impossible.
Yeah, fuck that.
I saw there was an achievement for doing that 6 egg gauntlet on hard with the flat pan, and I don't know how 6 eggs in one pan with no edges would even stay in.
I don't know how, because you put all the eggs on and they just flop right off. But I mean, if there's an achievement, that means someone has done it.
Also, probably the developer, I'm assuming, at least.
Yeah, I would hope so. I would hope you don't put an achievement in your game that you can't beat. But
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but like that, the way they did the art, like the writing and the way it looked spoke to me in a way that I didn't expect. And especially, well, I guess what I did on this game.
Did you turn off the CRT filter?
No, I'm a sucker for a CRT filter. I played with my headphones on.
Oh, whoa.
I listened to this game, and it was great. The jazzy music was just a vibe.
Yeah, it was awesome. All the people go when they talk. Kind of Animal Crossing.
Yes,
couple games in a row here.
Compare
with
this game with anything, it'd be the Animal Crossing.
Kind of cozy. I forget what guy it was. I liked all the writing. I think everyone was pretty silly towards the end. Like I think my last bit I went through was the prison, and I was just like, for a couple of them, I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. Say your piece, you loser. Give me your 20 cigarettes you want to put on this pan for whatever reason.
I really like the taste of the ash, but I was doing the same thing a little bit. I was clicking through at the end, but I did the nightclub last, and I found that area less interesting than the prison, because they do like the weird subtle world building of like, okay, you start out, you're this weird guy who's like bioengineered just to flip poultry, like just to cook eggs, and like chickens are banned, but everyone eats eggs, and like people are talking about like smuggling chickens, and like
I think just eating chicken is banned
up.
because you need them to make the eggs.
Oh,
because they had a lot of chickens in like
sense.
crates and stuff that I'm assuming were like captured to make eggs.
They were always around the military people.
Yeah,
I found, and like one of them, like one woman was
except for one very important chicken, I suppose.
Well, we don't talk about that chicken yet. That's spoilers, you know. That is a true spoiler. We can't say that.
Yeah.
But like there was that one woman, and she was like, they're talking about egg raids and how they like, or chicken raids, and then someone suggested going on another one. She's like, we can't do 2 raids in a week. There will be a bio utilitarian revolution. It was some weird huge word that was kind of
and then
up.
the other.
But it was basically there will be a revolution if we attack 2.
And the third guard was like, yeah, totally.
Yeah, he kept falling asleep. I think.
Me too, buddy.
But it was just interesting. I just felt the world they built was like strangely alive for how fucking weird it was. Like I don't know, it was like weirdly believable to me.
Yeah, it sucks you in. Like, did you do all 34 cooks, or did you just get to 27 and call it?
I think the only secret cook I did was minor spoilers, I guess, but the only secret cook I did was the whale.
Well, did you do all the ones in the 3 areas? I guess is my question.
Oh yeah, I did. I did all of them.
Yeah, I think you got every single one.
Okay, then yeah, sweet.
Yeah, the whale was cool. I like the guy that was like, he's like, you're not gonna believe what I dropped down there. I was like, God damn it.
You go down there. Yeah. That's where the whale was.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
I flicked that shit right in his mouth too. I don't know if it like makes it so it goes in every time, but
It does not, because I missed a couple times, and then I just practiced with the raw egg a few times to get the hang of it.
Nice.
Because I like cooked it fully and wasted the time to then like totally botch the toss.
That makes me feel better because I tried to flick it softly and I accidentally flicked it super high in the air, but it still landed in his mouth. So I thought it was just like scripted to go in, but it looks like I just had a shot of a lifetime. Yeah.
Yeah, you just fucking buckets, because if you like soft toss it just doesn't even make it to him. I just kept short balling
I just 100% got lucky as hell because I tried to just like kind of drop it in more so than anything, but
it's really funny. But yeah, I don't know how much else there is to say about this game. I mean, before we even like drop a review, I would say it's totally worth the money, and I want like this developer to put out a game, or like to even put out in a mode that's like, how many eggs can you cook in a row?
Oh, well, do I
know
have
what I
something
mean?
for you? There's a sandbox mode.
Oh,
Yeah, you can
what's the
just.
sandbox mode?
It's literally it's what it sounds like. You can choose any number of items and hazards, and the difficulty your thing is on, and like one other thing. I think you can have them throw like random stuff in there too, and then see if you can cook it.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I went.
I'm
and
not gonna do
I
it,
clicked
though,
every
probably,
single thing,
but-
and I tried, but everything fell apart immediately. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I believe it.
If you want to cook 6 pizzas, go for it. Figure it out.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
That's very funny. Still not, for whatever reason, not what I want. I want this on like my phone. Like, you know those games where it's like you just like flick the axe and it rotates and you just try to see how many times you can like flick the axe.
Yeah.
And it like lands per. That's kind of what I want out of it. Like I want this like boiled down to just like the egg, and it's just like how many times can you flip this
There's
egg?
probably an app for that already.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It doesn't have the same vibe.
Yeah, true.
Vibe. Well, do you have any last words?
Like,
Or
am
it is a
am
very
I
short
dying?
episode. I don't know. Are you dying? Well, maybe. If you are, though, just kind of keep it to yourself. I don't need that energy in my
Okay.
life. Just wait till we're done with the episode, then pass on or whatever you're going to do.
Yeah. Well, then you're gonna have to edit it.
Shit.
Oh no. Yeah, I think good writing, funny writing, a satisfying gameplay loop, and a fun little world, and it does not overstay its welcome, and they kept things fresh throughout. I think it was good. I think it was a good game. I'm just gonna review it. I'm gonna say fuck it to all the norms and everything we've ever done here. I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna steal the obvious one. I'm gonna give this 8 cigarettes out of 10 cigarettes.
8 cigarettes. That's high. That's a good game
Yeah,
right there.
I had a
That's
great time.
I would say that's better than a good game. That's a great game.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, do I have news for you? I'm gonna give this game a 8.5
Whoa.
stomachs out of 10 stomachs.
Stomachs.
I really liked it. This falls kind of under the same like Helix realm, Helix realm or whatever it is. But like this is just so my shit. Like I just love absurdist art in this way, and so it was kind of already starting a step ahead because it's to my liking. But then the gameplay really fun. Frustrating enough to be challenging in some areas, but never too frustrating where I wanted to put the game down.
Yep.
And then it finished, and I was happy with what I played.
Yeah.
So it's pretty great.
And you get to pet a chicken. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert: you do pet it. You really fucking
I know.
stroke that chicken,
Yeah,
dog. You
I
fucking.
know. You're like,
oof.
I was like, am I gonna kill it when I saw the little hand pop out? But no. I did kind of want to cook an egg on Everest, though. Low key.
Well, I think
Everyone's always talking about
that's
it.
the philosophy. It's, it leaves you with the question: is it possible? You know.
I guess I'll find out if I stroke that chicken enough.
Excuse me.
What?
Excuse me.
Sorry, I'm just choking
What?
choking my chicken on Everest.
That's the name of the sequel.
Yeah, can you choke you think you can choke your chicken on the top of Mount Everest? I don't know.
You have to apply
that's some-
equal friction along the shaft, or else it'll freeze.
It might be an even a bigger philosophical question than if you can cook an egg on Everest. I feel like there's actually more going against you. You're gonna get all cold and
I
shriveled.
don't know about that. I don't know.
Blood's not
I don't
flowing.
know.
Blood's not flowing like that. I don't know.
Maybe if you're you,
Damn.
built different.
Take some gas station
Nothing
pills
can-
and hike up
nothing
to
can
Everest.
stop
Yeah.
Just pop a bunch of fucking gas station pills. Hell yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I feel
Well.
it's a good game. Go buy it.
Okay. Yeah.
It
Go
is,
buy it. Okay. Bye. See ya.
There's also the Arctic Eggs vinyl that is out now. If you want to listen to the
Ooh.
music, I guess it's all original
That's
music,
kind of sick.
which is
A
cool.
vinyl, like an actual vinyl.
Yeah.
That's sick. Okay. Well,
300 copies. But that was in
think you can
March,
still
so
buy
they're
'em?
Probably not.
I'll hit up the
Probably
developer.
not.
I'll say, hey, we reviewed your game pretty well.
Yeah, can you send
for
us a
our,
free
like,
one?
3 viewers. You mind sending us a free vinyl?
Oh, he's on Twitter, so you know.
Okay. Well, I'm not on Twitter anymore because that's just a bunch of Nazis now. So
I open Twitter. It's just I just see their Twitter. It's just some naked guy flopping around in water, swimming around. I don't know what the hell this game is, but it looks kind of awesome.
What?
I don't know the best way
What?
to put it. The Water Museum.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, I am.
A game?
Yeah, it's
Or
a game.
just a naked man in a pool?
No, it's a game. I don't know if he's an anatomically correct naked man, to be fair. I'll send this to you real quick. I don't know if this will make the cut, but I just feel like this is important for you to see. We got to keep an eye out on this game.
I'd say so.
Oh, it's called Eating Nature. Sift through a nature documentary for clips about your favorite animal, the fish.
Oh my god, he's swimming, dude.
Uh-huh.
He's swimming. He's so wiggly.
I don't know what the hell this is, but I'm putting it on I'm following it. It's not going on my wish list, but I am following it.
Whoa. That snake just attacked that ant.
Ah.
Okay,
Well,
this is a good game. Keep this in the back pocket.
This is
Keep this in the back pocket.
Destined to be on Game Serial at some point.
Yeah, well, we need to say the next game we're going to play.
But I guess I'm technically choosing the second game.
Yeah, asshole. And guess what kind of game it is? Fucking roguelite. Bitch.
Hey, you say you spent $0 on it.
You didn't play anything else? You didn't play anything? I spent $15 a month.
Okay, well, you were doing that anyway.
If that's still the going rate. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this is a game that we were playing, very popular right now. Blueprints.
Well, right now when we're talking.
Yeah, we'll see when it comes out.
Maybe the dev will be horribly canceled by the time the video comes out.
Maybe. It'll never see the light of day.
Yeah, Blueprints. Wyatt handcuffed me and told me with a gun to my head I had to play a puzzle roguelike.
Yep.
So you're all going to see how I feel about that. And you can just assume it's going to be very good. All good words.
Indeed.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We're trying to get back on a more regular video release schedule, which is pretty cool. So you guys can all thank Wyatt for that because I don't do shit. So yeah, like, subscribe, and fucking cook some eggs, dog.
Go crack an egg and a cigarette and let us know how it is. In the same pan. Maybe a beer too in the same pan. I just want to know. Someone do it. Someone do it and let me know.